Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good afternoon, I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Joshua Franson, and we're continuing to watch the heat build outside. Another day with temperatures in the 90s and dew points getting into the upper 70s can cause quite the concern for heat later this afternoon. Starting with your winds, though, not really too strong to provide any relief from the heat. Pretty variable throughout the day at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. And well, tonight we can actually see some scattered showers and storms move through. That's going to be our first attempt to help get rid of the heat, but it's going to take a couple more chances of rain before we can truly push it on out of here. So futurecast with your sky conditions pretty much remaining mostly sunny this afternoon. Then as we head into the evening, we'll start off dry, start to see those clouds increase, and by about midnight, we'll see a line of storms begin to move on through. This is now midnight here, and as you can see, as we go through the morning hours, they'll slide on in. They'll be weakening on approach, but they could be on the strong severe side. Notice how it's in a line there. Well, these storms typically contain those strong damaging wind gusts. We saw some of it this morning. We could potentially see some of it again late tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, as we go further into the morning, by about 6 a.m., most of the storms have moved out or weakened. We'll be left with the clouds and a couple stray showers. Those clouds will begin to break apart throughout the day. We'll have a partly cloudy day with the chance at a stray isolated thunderstorm in the afternoon, and then possibly more storms overnight tomorrow night. But here's the severe weather risk for today, level 2 out of 5 across our area. That is for the potential of damaging wind gusts. Now, temperatures today getting into the upper 80s and lower 90s. A lot of these lower 90s feeling more like 100 or even greater. Heat indices possibly up to 110 for southern areas this afternoon. Tonight, dropping off into the upper 60s and lower 70s, another warm and humid night. And then tomorrow, temperatures getting anywhere between the lower 80s to lower 90s. And that's when we're going to start to see that heat begin to drop off, mainly because the moisture is also going to fall off. We'll see a couple more rain chances in the extended future here. You notice Wednesday, we're back into the 60s in terms of dew point. And check this out. Thursday and Friday hanging out in the upper 50s for dew points. That is really comfortable for this time of year. That also means your heat indices are going to fall off quickly after Tuesday, hanging out where they should be at the actual air temperature in the upper 70s, mainly because we're watching this high pressure break on down and it'll form off to the west and it stays out there. That keeps us in cooler air. It allows us to have more access to northwesterly winds and northerly winds. That's cool, dry air, and that's what we're looking for this time of year if we want comfortable weather. And our temperature outlook August 2nd through August 6th, well, it seems like we're trending to be just a little bit cooler than normal, and that's where your upper 70s kick on in. So in your city-by-city forecast, you can sort of see this process going down. Very hot and humid today, then warm and humid tomorrow, and then once we get into Wednesday, we'll have some widespread rain. There's your 70s hanging out there. That continues for quite some time. We'll start to see conditions dry on up, partly cloudy conditions to end the week and head into the weekend. Temperatures hanging out in the upper 70s with lows hanging out in the 50s. It's going to get a lot more comfortable around here.